What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, October 18th, 2021. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. If you get a chance, check out the live I did for the weekly. Definitely ran through a lot of what we're going to talk about throughout the week, but we'll go into more depth on these dailies, of course. So let's look at Monday here. We're going to see a lot go down. We're seeing the sun come to 25 degrees. It's coming off the square to Pluto. Definitely had a deep dive energy within our soul and how we can create and illuminate in the right relationships and decisions. And it's coming across Spica, so we're having to be this great judge for big decisions in our life right now, and that could be transforming the way we relate to the outer world in many ways within our own personal lives. But it's also a 7, so there's a very divine presence to start off this week. Like, there's beauty out there. There is somewhere that God's trying to take us right now, and we have to trust in the decisions that we're making for our best benefit. And I think that that's very important. We're also going to see Mars come to 22 degrees and start really making a nice trine over to Jupiter. This is giving us so much energy to be that judge in our life. And we're also seeing Mercury come direct. We have Jupiter now direct. So we have a lot of forward planets. Like, if we go up here, yeah, some things are moving slow, but we're only really looking at Uranus and Neptune still retrograde, Chiron of course too, but lots of direct energy. So it's time to direct our energy into where life is transforming. And I think that so much of it is outside, and we've already done the work inside. So it's important to really put it out there. I think there's very positive things that we can act towards, and it's kind of like taking that risk, rolling the dice, I think, today, and trusting that if you have to roll the dice, it's going to show up. And our mind's back online, still in shadow, of course, and in opposition to Chiron. But Chiron comes to 9 degrees, so that's even separating and never got exact. We could see how close we are to finding our ultimate power and understanding that these big decisions are everything, and that there is great abundance and expansion within them, and they're maybe a little odd, maybe a little unconventional. We're starting to see Venus make a quincunx to Uranus, which we'll see tomorrow. There's definitely beauty in the expanse, but you have to really know your worth and know your value and be able to pivot. And it's the pivots in relationships that are expanding your reality that are so important as well as the physical. And, I think believing too that whatever you have to do that's out of the norm of what you maybe thought it was going to look like can have a payoff. So I think we can feel very puppeted around as we're building up to a full moon in Aries. And that moon's going to come into Aries and it's going to meet with Chiron. And this full moon is a big time deep dive into our power, into our individuality. And I think learning how to take control of our lives and not just let the outer world or other people push us around where we need to go. This is like a big time purge of all of that, so that we can find that warrior essence. Moon's going to meet with Chiron, so it's a little sensitive, but it's going to make really good aspects to the nodes and to Black Moon Lilith, which is on that north node. We just can't be afraid of our truth, We really just have to own up and identify with the direction we need to go. I think that there's a lot of forward momentum, especially with the moon coming into Aries. There's so much we can get the ball rolling for. I don't think it's necessarily like, oh, we just got to sit back and wait. But at the same time, we got to let the divine inspiration come through so that we can identify with that and go into the most beautiful transformation that really can show up in our lives. And what does that look like, for every individual? We don't know yet. And that's part of the beauty of rolling the dice and taking a risk for what is best for you and what's going to give you sort of this, amazing payout and kind of expand your world and expand who you relate to and how you connect with people. And what doors are opening up and which doors are closing. And it's likely that the doors that are closing, that chapter's done. We were ready to close that door, and there's an amazing new door just over here that we just have to sort of be willing to have the courage to go through. And I think if we have that courage, we're good to go. We're also going to see the moon sextile Saturn today. It's not going to, trine Jupiter or Venus today, but it's going to get close. And I think it's all about those decisions and sort of that odd way to make your life beautiful by really owning up to the warrior within you. The more that you feel like a warrior right now and you feel empowered, for whatever the pivot is in life, or for whatever the transformation or change that could be showing up in the outer world, or that's just showing up in your personal world, the more you're going to feel better. So I know that that can be kind of counterintuitive, like, oh, that's kind of scary. Like, we kind of have to go into fear sometimes to identify with our deepest desires and our deepest truths. And if we can do that today, I think we break some walls down. So I think that there's a lot we can break down that's very divinely meant to be broken down, so that these new expansive relationships or visions of what the future, or insights of how to relate to that outer projection of the world, can really come in and be utilized for our best benefit today. Sending you all my love and best as always. Let's see what card we get today. What a week. What a week. So much Mars and Pluto energy. I mean, identifying with the soul destiny and not going back into the known for security, but embracing what's new. We all have to do it. In some area of our life, we have to do it. Star card in reverse. It's just not a time to be scared of these like amazing new ways forward, you know? We kind of have to be vulnerable and let fate decide, let God kind of decide, and not, you know, go back. You know, we don't need to put ourselves into more of a tower moment by holding on to what once was. Like, I think this is where we just have to accept that things are going in a new direction, and maybe we feel like a little vulnerable because of what could be changing in society or in our personal lives. But there's a lot of beauty in that. And we got that star because of the Three of Cups. We're definitely coming into, you know, really positive energy and connecting with people, and like there's abundant emotion that can be felt if we're willing to face fears and not be scared of this next chapter of the journey. I feel like we could be a little shy of new beginnings, but the more you can identify with your soul's desires, the more you can plunge into whatever that fate is, and it might just bring about amazing feelings with amazing people, with amazing energy that can be created in your life. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Monday, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.